Good afternoon and welcome to the Royal Commonwealth Pool in Edinburgh. This is the third day of the Scottish National Open Short Course Championships, session 9, and last lot of finals. I'm Robert Taylor. I'll be doing a live stream with you this evening, and it's my pleasure to have Jack Thorpe with me doing the analysis and giving me some expert commentary and bits and bobs over the evening. Nice to see you, Jack.
Well, thanks very much, Robert. Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope I can bring some critical thought and see what's on offer this evening. Looking forward to it. Yeah. I think we've got an exciting schedule ahead.
Yeah, we had 1500 freestyle to finish the afternoon session. 4 heats of that. We get underway with the fastest heat of that, so that should be a good one. We move on to the rest of the events that took place during the day from the heats from both this morning and afternoon. 200 individual medley follows that one. That should be a good one. Matthew Ward going really, really well. And we'll have Josh Press, Andrew Vitoli to contend with in that one. 200 freestyle. Evie Davis and Shannon Stott. Shannon Stott just getting touched out yesterday on that 400 by Amira Brockridge, Sirish Salford swimmer, who goes in the B final. Didn't quite manage to make the A final. But we kick off with a swim off.
Yep, I think it's a swim off for the C final, I believe.
This is, yeah. There's 3 that did 23.68, qualified in equal 22nd place, but someone actually slotted into the A final, so that meant that we have 1 space available. Someone else has actually moved into that B final, so 2 out of the 3 will qualify for the B final, which is coming up in about maybe 45 minutes or so. Swallow Tillib in 4, Liam Dawson in 3, Finlay Chang in lane 5. So 2 will qualify in the 2 outside lanes, and the third swimmer will become first reserve. So no doubt they'll swim faster than 23.60. It always happens that way, Jack.
Yeah, it was a good start there for Swally, and he's had a good turn as well. Looking like Finlay's coming back in the last 5 metres very strongly. It's going to be really close again. And very, very close again, but lane 4 takes it.
So that will mean if that goes to seeding, lane 1 will be Swalib, and lane 8 in the final will be Liam. I'll just update my sheet on that one. So Swalib will go in lane number 7, lane number 1. That's the 5th event coming on, and Liam Dawson will go to lane 8 with Finlay Chang from City Glasgow, the reserve. This is the first event, Jack, one that you would have done as a youngster, but not one that you would have done a bit further on in your career.
Yeah, no, I did. I started off in the 1500. We'll maybe get into a little bit of that later, but yeah, I started off in the distance events and ended up sort of coming down over the years, focusing on the sprint, which was, I think the right decision in the long run. I don't think I had much of a future in the 1500, but I'm sure these girls do. Doing very well, himself in the prime spot.
So we'll
fastest seeds.
Yeah, so we'll introduce the swimmers just a wee moment. We go 8 to 1. For those of you who just join us at the live stream, the nearest lane to where we are is lane number 8. First away one is lane number 1. So sometimes when you watch a live stream or competition, it's lanes 8, 1, 7, 2 and so on into the middle. But we don't have that facility here. We'll get them on very, very shortly. This usually runs pretty much the clockwork, Jack, but maybe a wee teething problem at the beginning.
Yeah, small technical issue, but I think all good now.
So I think it might well be that we don't have a lane 8.
That might have been the issue.
Yeah, Georgia Dickey coming on from lane 7. She's swam from Dumfries. Alice Forrest, Derwent side in 6. Phoebe Arbuckle from Warner Baths Club goes in 5. Michaela Glenister from the University of Stirling goes in 4. In lane 3, also from the University of Stirling, is Catherine Bailey. In lane number 2, from University of Aberdeen Performance, Kaylin Hall. And in lane 1, from the Newcastle swim team, Katie Noble. So this is the fastest heat of the women's, for the females, 1500 freestyle. We had 4 heats this afternoon. Those of you who were with us, we had 3 of those heats with negative splits, which doesn't happen very often. But, we'll see how this one goes. Kayla Glenister, University of Stirling, is the fastest qualifier coming into this. Just bear with us. The officials just getting them ready. And maybe a wee bit background noise. That sometimes happens, Jack. Can be a wee bit off-putting for the swimmers as well.
Yeah, it can be, but you just need to stay composed in these situations. They'll have had this before. Plenty of other competitions where there are technical delays. As we said at the start, it's less common at the bigger events, but it still does. So how the swimmers react to this is always important, and just need to stay relaxed, stay focused. Hopefully if they're kept for any more, oh, we're all good, going ahead now. Start of the session jitters, we got there in the end, all good now.
We did indeed. So the fastest from this afternoon was Evie Mackey from South Lanarkshire, 17:09:32. She did a negative split. She was one of the swimmers that did that. Another one was a youngster from the city of Sunderland.
Yeah, so there's a couple juniors here. Yeah. Got a few. There's a Katie Noble, 15, a couple of 14-year-olds as well. Alice Forrest.
So we've got a junior title up for grabs here. Phoebe Arbuckle, Georgia Dickey, Emmy Aiken. Those 3 all 16 and under.
Phoebe can challenge her entry time. I think she'll be well on track for that junior title. Good challenge for the senior title as well.
Yes, she potentially has the senior title to look forward to. Kaylin Hall, another one in that. Another Scot in lane 2. As you can see, a good strong start from Phoebe.
It's always a tricky one, the 1500 short course especially. You really need to keep an eye on your pacing, and very easy to lose count. I'll put my hand up, I've been there before. It's you do rely on the counters at the end of the lane at times, and obviously the bell at the end, but there's been a few times where I have lost count, and you do rely on having to have a wee peek at the boards to see where you're at. But I think at this stage they'll be well sure of what they're up to and have a pacing plan in mind. Again, with the 1500s, we spoke about negative splits. In the distance events, it is more common to be closer to a negative split, just again because of the way the events are swum. Better to have a more controlled pace overall. Again, if you can hold on and have that negative split, this can be a very beneficial way to race a 1500, especially if you can close. I always used to think about 1500 in thirds, 500 metre, 500 metre, 500 metre. It was quite a good way to function or kind of think about it. Or another strategy was 400, 400, 400, 300. Again, it's just different strategies. Again, of how you pace it or break down the race. Again, you might build through the first section. I was always told, my old coach, Dave Hill, he always started me out in the 1500s, and that's where I built my base in swimming. I think it's a very good event. Sort of teaches you the real spectrum of skills required, especially short course. You see the top end guys, they will utilise those walls to a high level because so many of them. If you can save a few tenths around the walls, that adds up significantly over a short course distance. There's a couple pulling away now. Looks like Michaela and Phoebe.
Michaela Glenister has certainly gone off pretty strongly, as we normally expect her to do so. Phoebe's going pretty well in second place. She's the fastest Scot on entry times. All beginning to settle down now after 300, 3:12.96 for Michaela. 32 and a half roughly, so we're settling into sub 66 for a leader. Phoebe pacing just a wee bit over that. It's all about getting into a steady pace to begin with, and just trying to maintain that, and if possible gradually build it and not let it drop. Pretty tight behind the first three, who've pulled away quite significantly even at this early stage. Catherine Bailey, the other Scotland here, in third place. Now at University of Stirling, ex-Perth City swimmer. The rest all fairly well grouped together, 4, 5, 6 and 7. At the moment, Michaela a good bit clear.
Yeah, it's always interesting seeing the different stroke styles or different ways, especially in distance events. It's all about sort of that war of attrition, particularly in your legs. Obviously being the biggest muscle group, you want to really be as efficient as possible, so you see quite a relaxed kick style in the distance events. Again, if you look at Michaela and Phoebe there, again just a slight flutter of the legs. It's more keeping the body up, keeping that sort of overall body position, and again you're relying on the efficiency of your stroke in the distance. And again you'll see potentially as they move through the gears, move through the pacing, they'll go to the legs more towards the end of the race. So it's quite often in the last 50, the last 100 of course, you'll see a bit of a spurt, you know, a bit more of a sprint style kick. But more of this, it's very low, sort of a 2-beat kick compared to something like a 200 freestyle, you might see an 8-beat kick. But again, for the longevity of a 1500, especially short course, you've got those walls. It can be more fatiguing turning around the walls. But again, if you can maximise the efficiency of that, it's what builds up over time, and where you can really make the gains technically over a distance like this.
We did see that some of the younger swimmers this afternoon were actually kicking a fair bit throughout the race by comparison to some of the older swimmers. You don't really see with 400, 800, 1500 very much of a lick kick as you're mentioning. From some of the older swimmers who have done this, are pretty consistent. A little bit of leg kick, but it's mostly that arm pull.
Yeah, and that's where the real experience. Yeah, that's where, like you say, that's where the experience comes in of understanding the technical and the tactical skills required. Because again, you look at some of the swimmers who are a wee bit further back on the markers, they're going to the legs a wee bit more. But then you look at Phoebe, for example, in the centre of the screen, sitting in second there. Again, the slight flutter, maybe a bit more than Michaela, but again, it's relaxed, it's controlled. Again, it's all about keeping the body up. It's that body position rather than actually propelling or driving from the legs. And other strokes, you know, it is leg driven, particularly sprint freestyle, you would say leg driven, breaststroke, of course, leg driven, but distance freestyle, it's very much arm driven or arm supported, and legs over there just to kind of keep you up. So it's always interesting to see the different approaches.
10-metre distance between the two, and Phoebe's well clear of the second place Scot, Catherine Bailey. So it very much looks at this stage where we've gone just about halfway. At Phoebe Arbuckle will get both the senior and junior title. Finish ahead of Catherine Bailey. Outside lane, Emmy Aiken coming through to probably go clear in fourth.
Yeah, it was a very clear 1, 2, 3 at the moment, and it's always interesting when, for example, Phoebe in second place there, she's on her own. You know, it can be a wee bit tricky to understand you're on track pacing wise. You know, Michaela might have her own strategy pulling away, so in that case, you know, you really do need to stick to your lane, stick to your tactics. And what will end end up happening potentially here is Michaela will see the sort of external or the further out wide lane markers, and she might hook onto that, and that could increase her pace potentially. I always thought around that when I was doing distance events. Not that I was particularly lapping anyone very often, I must say, but on the rare occasion it did happen, it can kind of spur you on motivation-wise, and conversely for those that see Michaela catching up, that might push them on a bit as well to kind of prevent that lapping situation. Again, it's a good way to kind of work the race or work the situation.
Yeah, that was something that very much was the case this afternoon. Our first heat we only had 3 swimmers, and all 3 swimmers swam really well, swam very fast. We had the youngster from Dumfries, Amber Hinton, actually at halfway, 9:01, and finished on an 18, virtually bang on 18 minutes. So it was a minor negative split, but she got slightly faster and faster. Evie Mackey, similar position, 17:09. She was out in 8:35 and just gradually built it up. But luckily they had to swim their own races because there was no one there to push them on. And it was good to see, especially these 13 and 14-year-olds who have not had that much chance to do this during the last 2 or 3 years due to COVID, as we mentioned earlier on.
Yeah, well, this is probably the first year, really the first full year where there's been no restrictions and everyone's really got back into things. But as you say, you know, the development and differences and maturation across that time, you know, people have gone from sort of earlier mid-teenager to later. There's 2 or 3 year development. There can be real transitions and changes in ability, tactical awareness, experience, of course, being a huge one in these situations. So yeah, I think all the athletes will be relishing the opportunity to just race. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's getting in and racing. We talk about tactics and how you train in the different strokes, but yeah, I think the grit of just getting in and just enjoying it, enjoying that process is the most important thing, and it's what you love to see. It's what it's all about.
Sadly, we don't have too many our female athletes, sort of 17, 18, 19, 20 or so, still competing, doing these distance events. Catherine Bailey, Kaylin Hall are almost the exception these days. We've got some 1 or 2 promising youngsters coming through, and Phoebe Abergle being one of them, certainly.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's been pretty consistent both last year and the year before. Still a fair way behind Michaela. And you now see that Michaela's coming down to 2/3 of the race and about to lap the 3rd place swimmer.
Yep.
And Catherine is pacing at last 50 at 35, Michaela 32.71. So we'll see, Jack, if that will maybe spur Catherine on. Because you'll see Michaela's there, and the last thing you want is to be lapped.
Well, I mean,
psychologically, but it happens. You just got to accept.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I remember a race in the 1500. It was Stephen Milne was alongside me, and he lapped me at a Scottish short course many moons ago. But I ended up getting 3rd place in that event. But Stephen had a phenomenal race, and exact same situation. He lapped me, went on to win the race, and it's just how it goes. And again, you go with it and you roll with it. And yes, there was a slight increase in pacing both for Michaela and Catherine there. Actually, Michaela down to low 32s, low 35 for Catherine. Again, the top 3 have been very consistent in their pacing. Michaela been holding around those 32s. Phoebe 33, she's been consistently in the 33s, a few point differences plus or minus. So yeah, very consistent. Again, we talked about the consistency, the pacing.
Yeah, and that's
so
good.
important.
You can see we have the advantage that our scoreboard actually gives us a red or a green for each 50. So green shows that the swimmer's gone fast on the previous 50.
Oh, Catherine just dropped a full second on her pace there,
so
34.4.
The fact that she's been lapped probably is a major concern, because she'll be trying to think, right, let's just try and make sure that gap doesn't increase too much more and keep the rhythm going.
Well, it's interesting looking at Michaela. She has no kicks off the wall there, and then you look at Catherine, she has 2 or 3, and again, Catherine going to her legs a lot more there. So it's, again, you can just see the efficiency or the difference in sort of that holding on to the energy or maintaining. It's that energy management through the race. And again, the experience in comparison there is clear, but it's a good one for younger swimmers watching to pick up on, especially for these longer distances.
Certainly helped Catherine, because that last 50, 33.90, 33.98, Kayla still pacing sub 33, and Catherine 33.92. So, okay, she has been lapped, but she has picked up, which is great to see.
Yeah, again, we might have seen a slight change and shift in the pacing strategy there into the final quarter of the race. Again, we think about how the athletes will break up the race, whether it's in 200s, 300s, 400s, whatever they've discussed with their coach, how they break it up. Again, they'll have that tactic in the back of their head. They'll have spoke to their coach most likely, and they'll know at what point in the race to really pick up a gear, go to the legs.
And you can see there that good camera shot. It's virtually all arm action there, Jack.
Yeah,
at the turn and coming back down the other way.
No underwaters at all, but it works. There's no hypoxic element. They can maximise the efficiency. So again, you think about going underwater off the walls in a 1500 event. It's the oxygen, that depletion of the muscles. Again, you look at Michaela, she comes right up and breathing into that first stroke. Again, it's kind of 101 what not to do in certain events. You know, your coach says don't breathe into the walls, don't breathe out of the walls. But again, for this sort of event, you need to. It's important because you need to keep the oxygen levels as high as possible in the body, because particularly the 1500, it's about not slowing down, or slowing down as little as possible. That's essentially what it's all about in any race. But of course in the 1500 at this point, with 6 laps to go for Michaela, it's, you know, she's going to be burning a bit, and that's all important to keep the oxygen as high as possible. Might see her go to her legs soon, but see Phoebe just coming into shot there. She's been holding, again, very consistent 33 mids. She was a 33.53 in the last lap. It's been 33.5s, 33.4s very consistently, and again 33.5. Well, extremely consistent pacing.
She's pacing extremely well. 16:41.89 happens to be the Scottish junior record, held by no less than Hannah Miley. So this is certainly within grasp of Phoebe Arbuckle in this one.
Well, even if she just dips under the 17, that would be excellent. I think just for the consistency and the grandeur of a national final.
She's got 100 to go, and it's 15:30. She's pacing around 66-ish.
Yeah,
so we're very much on
swim
for getting 5-6 seconds inside that, Jack.
Absolutely.
She's the national age group champion, and was 12th at the British Championship, so she's got plenty of potential to make this one a big event for her in the future.
Michaela just received the bell there for the final 2 lengths, as does Phoebe.
Catherine Bailey still going very nicely in third. Michaela Glenister is going to end up the Scottish Open champion. Well done to her, and gets inside that entry time of 16:17.97 by almost 3 seconds.
Sprint finish in a 31.5 last 50.
Keep your eye on the clock here. Phoebe Arbuckle, 16:41.89 was, dare I say, Hannah Miley's record, being taken by almost 6 seconds. 16:36.06. Phoebe Arbuckle will be both the national champion and the junior champion. Great swimming from her.
Absolutely brilliant swim. Expertly paced the entire way with a sprint finish at the end. Very well done to Catherine as well, coming in third there.
Catherine will be delighted getting a third, very close to her entry times. She was in on a 17:01.42, 17:04.78. That's a very good swim from her. Fourth was Georgia Dickey, inside her time by about 7 seconds. Alice Forrest finishing in 5th. Kaylin Hall 6th. and Emmy. You can swim Katie Noble finishing in 7th place. So great to start with a Scottish junior record again. We've had quite a few over the week.
Yeah,
so
excellent swim. Well under the time as well. 5 seconds clear record. It was a brilliant swim. And like you say, no less than Hannah Miley's old record. So quite a set of shoes to step into. Now we move on to 200 medley.
So that record's probably been standing best part of 18 years.
Yeah, long time.
So,
it's quite a record to take.
Yeah, so it's we move on to the B final of the male and open 200 metres individual medley. Callum Peebles goes in 1, East Lothian swim team. 1, Aaron Allcourse, University of Stirling. 3, Finlay Davis, Midlothian. 4, Lewis Maxwell, Derwentside. His teammate Jay Manners in 5. Oscar Dodds, Leicester. In 6, Tom Robinson, University of Aberdeen Performance. And in lane 8, Luke McGee from City of Sunderland.
Strong start there from the centre lanes. Good underwaters there for Lewis. Again, the 200 IM, a real test of all the skills, all the strokes. Very hard event to get well, technically and physiologically, very hard event. Again, the wall's really important in the medley event.
Advantage with Lewis in lane 4. A good strong backstroke section by both Lewis and Finlay. As we transition on to the breaststroke section.
Breaststroke again, you can see a lot of gains made here by the breaststroke specialists. Can often change hands quite quickly in the breaststroke leg, depending on different strengths of the athletes.
Finlay Davis coming through pretty strongly here.
Jay as well in lane 5. Lewis is still holding on well, though. Nice long stroke. Challenged by Finlay. Finlay's coming back very, very strongly here in the final few metres of the breaststroke leg. As is Jay. Very close at the wall. It's a 35-3 for Jay Manners there. It was an excellent split in the breaststroke leg. Put him in a great position, breathing towards Lewis. Again, coming through really strongly here is Jay.
The Pentuck now down the final stretch. Lewis still just hanging on here. Jay Manners coming strongly through to challenge. It's Maxwell who's just going to hold on from Jay Manners. 3rd place will be Finlay.
Oh, that was an excellent finish there for Lewis. Head down, straight arms into the wall. Again, Jay did really well to come back there in the breaststroke and strong challenge in the first 25 of the freestyle, but yeah, Lewis held on well there. Again, excellent last 5 metres for the finish.
So the B final complete. Well done to Lewis. And we dim the lights again. And athletes will come on. This is the male and open 200 metres individual medley final. David Annis from Wolverhampton School goes in 8. In lane 7, representing University of Stirling, Tony Joe Trent Oliver. In lane 6, representing University of Stirling, it's Andrew Bertoli. In lane 5, representing University of Stirling, it's Josh Press. In lane 4, representing Bath University, is Matthew Ward. In lane 3, representing Perth City, Emma Davison. In lane 2, representing University of Stirling, Pierce Greening. And in lane 1, representing Vigio of Jersey, Isaac Dodds.
Matthew Ward had an excellent heat this morning. 157.3, entry over 159, 6 at Bucks recently. Again, another one to watch is Evan Davidson to his outside.
Yeah,
I believe had a, is that a Scottish record this morning, junior
yes,
record?
that's the junior record that is held by Angus Allison. So he took that 201.87, 201.18.
If he can hang on to the coattails of Matthew Ward to his inside, that could help lower that time again. Up for a good race here.
Matthew Ward.
Again, I think there's a bit of noise in the background there. I think there's a few athletes doing some prep work in the warm-up area. Again, the judges made the right call to stand down.
Yeah, it's actually been pretty good. It's been very few times they've had to stand down. So Matthew Ward. The Commonwealth Youth Games for the European Juniors, so let's see how he goes. Very impressive in the morning heats, as was Evan Davison. Evan Davison just seemed to be cruising to that junior record, so might expect something a bit special from him again tonight. Matthew Ward's off nice and strong along with Josh Press. Andrew Bertoli going well in lane 6.
Yeah, lovely fly leg there from Matthew. Very smooth, comfortable.
That's Bertoli just with the advantage, 25.56 from Ward and Press.
Excellent underwaters there from Matthew Ward. Again, went in the wall second. He's come out well clear after those underwaters. Strong backstroker. Very strong backstroker.
And Matthew Ward now gets to work. Evan Davison a long way back, probably in 7th or 8th, turning in 8th actually. At the moment Ward looks as though he has this under control.
Really comfortable, long stroke in the breaststroke. Powerful, good distance off the wall. Very nice. And just really taking full control of the race. Evan Davidson coming back in the breaststroke, making a few gains, going back in the field.
Well, an advantage of some 2.5 seconds, so this is all done and dusted. Matthew Ward well clear now. Second, Tony Joe in lane number 8, in 7 rather. Evan Davison still finishing strongly, but Ward's got this well, truly. Tony Joe, Trent Oliver in 2nd, Andrew Bertoli in 3rd. Evan Davison only finishes 7th, but that is
a new
junior Scottish record for the man from Perth.
And I tell you what, his breaststroke leg, he was 33.9, fastest in the field, so he came back very strongly in that 50 breaststroke. And impressive, you saw, we mentioned in the B final the change that you can see in the breaststroke. Again, Evan taking full advantage of that. Oh, great stuff, and again, very well done there from Matthew Ward. Excellent swim.
Matthew Ward will be the Scottish champion, and Evan Davison will be the junior champion for that male 200 and open meters individual medley. Moving on to female 200 meters freestyle. This is the B final. In 1 we have Paige van der Westhuizen, University of Stirling. 2 is Drew McKenzie, Edinburgh University. 3 Holly Marshall from Repton. 4 Nellie Kinch, University of Stirling. 5 Amelia Boxridge, City of Shelford. 6 Catherine Renfrew, Perth City. 7 Mary Craig, Edinburgh University. And 8 Ariana Stokes from Morpeth. Well, 14-year-old Amelia Bloxridge on day one took the junior record in the 800. So she only missed the B final. She was through the 400 last night from nowhere, finished like a train. Sure she'll be maybe a little bit off the pace early on, but expect her to finish extremely strongly in this one.
Yeah, clearly a strong stroke again coming through for the 400 and 800.
And with this speed 200, Jack, a different, slightly different style of swimming it, as you say.
Yeah, well, there's a lot more in the legs here. Although that being said, Amelia's a bit more relaxed, come around the walls. But again, you see the difference here in how many kicks athletes use, utilising the distance. Again, it's Nelly. Several more kicks, optimising that underwater, taking full advantage. Again, a much shorter race. Can afford to really push the walls as far as you can.
Slightly different kick style in lane 5. Not much kick from Amelia compared to the other girls.
She's clearly more of a distance swimmer at the 800,
yep.
so it's maybe more less surprising to see that, I should say.
Only sitting in 7th place, but she will finish strongly. We've gone halfway. Nelly Kinch with a big lead.
Big lead and big kicks again. She's really going to her legs now, pushing hard.
Offside, Paige van der Westhuizen and Drew McKenzie trying to hang on. Drew McKenzie coming through strongly in lane 2. Nelly Kinch still looks pretty strong with 50 to go.
Yeah, Drew's looking good there up in lane 2.
About a second clear of Drew McKenzie. Paige van der Westhuizen still there. Miller Bloxridge with a lot to do in 5th place. This at the moment looks well under control for Nelly. Good use out the wall as well with the turn.
Yeah, doing well. And as you predicted, lane 5 coming back very strongly. Kicking hard now, isn't she?
She is indeed. Maybe get up to snatch second. She did indeed.
Another huge drop.
Wow. From virtually nowhere. Snatches second ahead of Drew McKenzie.
Oh, we talk about negative splitting. I think she was
Yeah.
pretty close there.
I think she was probably, yeah.
Impressive stuff.
Again,
just
chance
a
to
difference
actually
in
take a
pacing.
note of that, Jack. We should have done that.
Oh, I think she was. I was trying to keep an eye. It would have been very close.
She was nowhere after the first 100.
Yep. Well, again, it's just a different styles of
Yeah.
pace in these events.
Yeah.
I would always go out very hard in
Yeah.
the 100 event was more my thing. Again, I would go out very hard to 50, but some athletes would have a much stronger second half or back end of the race. So that was a great example of two different tactics in play there.
And she's only 14, so that's maybe something for her to develop that
Absolutely.
shorter distance eventually.
Great stuff.
So onto the A final. A is Sophie Davis from Millfield School. 7, Holly Hibbett, Bath University. 6 is Maddie Robertson from University of Stirling. And 5, Shannon Stott, City of Sheffield. 4, Evie Davis from University of Stirling. 3, Holly Widows from Mount Kelly College. In lane 2 is Evie Dilly from Millfield School. And finally, in lane number 1 from Basildon Phoenix, Sky Carter. So this is the final of the female 200 metres freestyle.
Yeah, well, knowing Holly Hibbett's background and pedigree in the 400 events, definitely one to watch here. Potentially a controlled heat swim this morning. Again, I think there'll be quite a few athletes here who will be challenging to get well under the 2-minute mark. There's several that swam 2 minutes this morning, but again, I think they'll be pushing that on significantly in the final this evening.
Evie Davis won her last night, the 100 free. Fastest coming into this. And, recently at the Backstroke course, 157.24. She's in at the meet on a 157.35. And she looked pretty comfortable in the heats this morning. So, let's see, 200 free. pretty level start, Jack, from all of them.
Yeah, as you'd expect in the first 25, just feeling out the race. Good underwaters across the board. I think it's lane 4.
Evie Davis just asleep.
Again, long-rangey athlete, taking full advantage of those long levers.
Holly Hibbett still well there, along with Sophie Davis. Evie Davis, half a body length clear. She had about good two-thirds of a second advantage from the heats, and she's looking strong, Jack.
She is indeed, but Holly Widow's got an excellent rotation speed around the walls. It's really good to see. Really whips in, takes full advantage of that propel and momentum. Lane 8 going well. Yeah, Sophie Davies, as you said, still holding second on that outside lane. She's getting the full advantage of seeing right across the lane there, breathing to her right. Evie Davies taking, again, another chunk out of her lead, extending further.
Shannon Stott, runner-up in the 400, is still very much in the mix for potentially silver, because I don't think anybody's going to catch Evie Davis with 50 to go now.
Yeah, with the 400 background, that second half pacing coming into play here. Yeah, she's moved into second place.
Shannon Stott going faster than the rest of this field on a 30.66 that last 50. She, I think, looks the favourite potentially for second. No doubt Evie Davis has got this one, Jack, by some margin.
Just holding on here,
Sophie Davis.
Shannon coming back fast here. Again, just maybe mistimed her pacing there, but Shannon's really challenged.
Evie Daly, I think, just gets third. Evie, 1:59.67. Shannon Stott comes through, takes second.
I believe Evie Davies went out very hard there in the first 100, potentially maybe too hard. Again, we talk about the pacing. You need to put yourself out there, but it can be difficult in the 200 because you can really be found wanting in that last 50. Now she held on well, technically, and again Shannon closed fast, but here we are, thick and fast, moving into the 100 butterfly. We have 3 finals, starting with the C.
Yeah, 100s and 50s we do finals, C, a B, and the A final. And C final has Ryan Ferguson, Edinburgh University in 1. 2, Isaac Buchan, Borough of Stockton. 3 is Kieran Lennox, University of Aberdeen Performance. 4, and Angelo Gianni Contini, Newcastle Swim Team. 5, Aidan Kay, City of Glasgow. 6, Thomas Maskell, Derwentside. 7, Benjamin Tuan, Edinburgh University. And 8 is Adam Scott, Red 96. Adam swam this afternoon and did a cracking time to get himself into the C final, and he coincidentally will be the junior champion in the 100 butterfly this evening.
So Ryan Ferguson goes for Edinburgh University in lane 1.
Hope that he can maybe improve on that time. He improved quite significantly to get into the final in that outside lane, Adam.
It was an electric start there from Kieran in lane 3. Absolutely blistering first 15 metres. Continuing that through down the first 50. Excellent walls.
You might have expected Kieran Lennox maybe to have been in the B final.
Just over 10 metres off that wall there. Middle lane's coming through. Now Aidan, the City of Glasgow, closing. As is Angelo from lane 4.
Another good turn from Kieran. He's just going to hang on here. Kieran Lennox is going to take C final. Second will be Angelo and Aidan in third. Well, that was a very strong start and maintained that. Kind of built it up a wee bit in the first 50 or so, Jack, to put pressure on the remainder.
Big drop from his heat swim, 55.98 into a 54.61. So again, maybe just left a little bit too much in the pool this morning, but then he's taking that C final comfortably. It's always that balance. Do you want a middle lane in a C or B final or an outside lane? It's always that balance. So worked out for him there. If you've got a lane, you've got a chance.
So our B final has in 1 Chris Muir from University of Stirling. 2, Riccardo Lucarelli, University of Stirling. 3 is Callum Rose, Edinburgh University. 4, Ben Carr, Edinburgh University. 5, Jamie Robertson, University of Stirling. 6, Rory McKinnon, City of Glasgow. 7, Matthew Cairns, Newcastle Swim Team. And 8, Tom Robertson, Edinburgh University.
I think one to watch here in the first 50 will definitely be Ben Carr, 50 specialist. Does go up to the 100 metres, but he's got a very strong 50. He's been working more on his 100 recently.
53.47 was the time he'd entered for the meet. That would have got him comfortably into the A final, so expect him, as you say, that's a full second slower.
All athletes taking full advantage of that first 15 there.
Robertson off strongly in 5.
Excellent wall there from Robertson.
Yeah. Halfway mark, Robertson still leads by a quarter of a second from Ben Carr, and Callum Rose going pretty well in lane 3. And, Ben Carr's got his work cut out to catch him.
I've got Rory as well down in lane 6 coming through to challenge potentially for that second or third slot. Very good wall there for Rory.
Very good turn there from Robertson. Yeah, Jamie Robertson's got this one well wrapped up. Callum Rose, depending on the touch, might get second. He did from Ben Carr.
Excellent swim there for Callum, actually dipping under, well under the 54.
And Jamie Robertson, 52.42 entry time to come into the meet, and 52.61. I'm sure he'll be delighted with that. In the B final.
Well there. Yeah, Callum Rose came back very strongly in that last 25. He had an excellent final wall. And you see the difference in the sprint athletes versus the more 100 predisposed. Move on to the final, A final.
I think it's just about ready to come on, our A final. There we have Stefan Kravitz from East Lothian Swim Team in lane 7. Salvador Gordo from University of Stirling. 6 is Brodenhyde. I'll have to get my 8, 7, 6's order. Brodenhyde, University of Stirling. And 5, Gregor Swinney, City of Glasgow. 4 is Thomas Carswell, Edinburgh University. 3, Nick Fish, Chelsea and Westminster. In lane 2, Peter Allen from University of Stirling. And in lane 1 from Edinburgh University is Brodie Gordon Gibson. That's the final of the event, and over 100 metres butterfly.
Yeah, exciting stuff. We've got the 3 50-metre 1, 2, 3 from earlier in the meet.
Brogan Hyde winner of the 50, Gregor Swinney runner-up in that one.
Yeah. And we've got the speed merchants, but again, Tom Carswell, very strong 100 swimmer, both in the 100 fly and the 100 freestyle. Diverse athlete. Yeah, he's got excellent skills. Potentially got the second half over Gregor and Brogan, potentially going to go out a bit harder in the first 50. But Tom, more than capable of a fast 50 himself. We'll see what the athletes have this evening.
Thomas Carswell, the fastest getting into this, was 4th in this last year.
So here we go for the final of the male and open 100 metre.
A strong start by lane 3, Nick Fish. Thomas Carswell now just strikes the front.
Judged the wall well there. Really good underwater there from Tom.
Carswell going pretty well, and in 6, Brogan Hyde. Gregor Swinney though, deceptive touch. But Finch is still well there in 3rd, in lane 3 rather. Carswell. Good metre or so clear, and very effective turn from Carswell. He's literally won the race now. Finch will take 2nd. Will Swinney get second? Swinney gets third.
Oh, really close there from Gregor. That was an
Wow.
excellent, well-paced second 50 from Gregor. Just didn't quite have enough pull left there to challenge for second, but 53.00, maybe slightly frustrated with that, but again, very strong swim there. Tom Carswell 52.09 and Nick 52.86. Gregor Swinney 53.00.
Champion will be Gregor Swinney, and our junior champion will be Adam Scott.
So Adam Scott, as we said earlier, will be the junior champion. Gregor Swinney in second place, sorry, in third place rather, will be our Scottish champion.
So he focuses our attention to the other end of the pool now. For our first set of presentation.
So that's the end of that set of finals. I think it's presentation time. Lights dimming.
So we start off with the presentation.
So we move down to the other end of the pool, as we have done the last couple of evenings, Jack, to do presentations, and we'll get thereafter we'll swim to present, and so on. It's the usual format at these national events. First set of presentations is the female 1500 metres freestyle. Three athletes on their way to the podium. Fiona Crawford, their SASA president. Catherine Bailey is the bronze medalist from University of Stirling. Well done to Catherine. Our silver medal goes to Phoebe Arpercolt from the Warner Bass Club. And the gold medalist and our Scottish Open champion, representing University of Stirling. Nice wee PB for her, 16:15:11, Michaela Glenister. The Scottish national champion is Phoebe Arbuckle from Warner Bass. And Scottish juniors champion is Phoebe Arbuckle from Warner Bass. And that's 16:36:06, breaking a long established Scottish junior record. It was held by Hannah Miley, time 16:36:06, previously 16:41:89, so it's a big chunk to take off that time, Jack.
It is indeed, yeah, and again we spoke about the shoes to be filled there. It was again Hannah and the pedigree in all events, but I think Phoebe done an excellent job there, and I think I lost count of how many medals she got there. Not sure how many.
Yeah.
It just shows the potential future she has in the event. Again, at 15 years old, it's plenty more to come.
Well, just for your information, the Scottish record held by Hannah Miley, 16:17:05. So she's got about 17 or so seconds to drop that, and we'll wish her the best if she carries on. Andrew Bertoli, the bronze medalist for the 200 metres medley from the Neon Open. Our silver medalist Tony Joe Chen Oliver from University of Stirling. And the gold medalist and our Scottish national champion from Bath University is Matthew Ward. Super swim from Matthew there.
Yeah, I do know.
And another Scottish junior record going to Perth City's Evan Davison.
Yeah, it was
2:01:02, I think it was. Yeah, 2:01:02.
That was it. Yeah, I mean,
Taking
really,
it down from
really good swim.
2:01:18 and previously 2:01:87.
Yeah, excellent swim. Excellent swim from Matthew as well. He's done really well to transition from those junior ranks into the senior now, 18 years old. Again, we spoke about his exploits at the Commonwealth Youth Games. He's done well to bridge that across into the senior events. Now we're back to the action at the other end of the pool.
Lights will come up in a wee moment or two. Swimmers are ready. This is the C final of the female 100 metres breaststroke. Perry Scobie from Stirling Swimming goes in 1. Ella McGeorge, step rope in 2. Amy McLeod, City Glasgow in 3. Erin Taylor, Finns in 4. Ellie Kennedy, City Glasgow in 5. Ciara Davidson, Edinburgh University in 6. Anna Finlay, Derwentsside in 7. And Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire, goes in lane number 8. I think if I'm right in saying, junior titles up for grabs in this one. Jack, Ailey Robertson, Ellie Turner, Perry Scobie, I think, are the 3 in this one.
Yeah, I think there's 4 that could potentially get it. Ailey, Anna, Ellie and Perry.
Lane 6, Ciara Davidson at University. 7 is Anna Finlay.
Anna Finlay, 7. That's a wee bit off the pace in 5. Ellie Kennedy going very well. City Glasgow swimmer.
Ailey Robertson doing very well there.
Yeah.
3rd so far from an outside lane. Doing an excellent job. Gone out strong. Hopefully she can hold on. Middle lane's coming through. Erin and Ellie.
It's very close. Ellie Kennedy, Erin Taylor, Ailey Robertson still well there on the outside lane. And Anna Finlay coming through very strongly indeed to get in the mix. This is going to be a tight finish on the touch. I think Ellie Kennedy, I think on the touch or no. Erin Taylor, I think just got that. Yeah. The arm action just at the last minute. Timing it on breaststroke.
Yeah, timing's so important there. Again, you saw a difference, few glides, a few half strokes. Again, you just need to make your decision and go with it. But huge drops there across the board.
She might be a wee bit disappointed she didn't win the C, but Ellie Kennedy will be the junior champion. Well done to her.
Next event will be the B final. The female 100 metre breaststroke.
That maybe closes a good meet for her. She's had a really good meet, Ellie Kennedy. Now on to the B final. In lane 1 we have Nuala Gow from Geary, 2 Emily McGee, Dundee City Aquatics, 3 Mabel Collier from Repton, 4 Phoebe Cooper, City of Sheffield, teammate Charlotte Bianchi goes in 5. 6 is Ailsa MacDonald, Edinburgh University, 7 Sophie Brassington, Mount Kelly, and in 8 Louise Edmonds, Edinburgh University. This is the B final. And Ailsa MacDonald might have fancied getting into the A final, but she's having to settle for trying to win the B final. She's got 2 City Sheffield swimmers to contend with who've got slightly faster times. Phoebe Cooper in lane 4. It's gone off pretty well. In lane 8 though, Louise Edmonds well there. And you have contrasting styles even on breaststroke, Jack.
Yeah, well, it was an excellent wall there from lane 6. Ailsa MacDonald, she did really well. And she's hanging on there in 3rd place. Good turn there from lane 3.
Phoebe Cooper and Mabel Collier 1 and 2 at the moment. Ailsa MacDonald and Charlotte Bianchi just behind. A very nice turn there from Ailsa MacDonald's, brought her up almost level.
Excellent skills.
It's going to be a tight finish again. At the end, Phoebe Cooper and Medley.
Oh, Ailsa getting caught in a half stroke there. That's frustrating.
109.02 for Phoebe. 109.17 Medley. And Charlotte Bianchi finishing in 3rd. Ailsa MacDonald in 4th, all under 110.
Phoebe and Mabel there again, 15-year-olds dropping nearly into the 108s. There was a second, they were 110 this morning, and now 190, 191 respectively. Huge drops. So again, it's great to see the strength and calibre of the female breaststroke carrying through again. There's a huge history in female breaststroke in Britain. Great to see the junior ranks.
In lane 8 for our A final, we have Seren Talantar from Morpeth. In lane 7. From Basingstoke, Erin Robertson. 6, Edinburgh University's Anna Morgan. In 5 from Torfin Dolphins, Theodora Taylor. In lane 4 from University of Stirling, and Harrod Evans. In lane 3 from Loughborough University, Lily Booker. In 2 from Edinburgh University is Katie Goodburn. And in lane 1 from Edinburgh University is Hannah Bowley. I have said on the commentary, not on the live stream, it's nice to have Erin Robertson back swimming at short course, Jack.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see.
I've been doing much swimming recently, but been doing a bit of master stuff, and delighted that she's come up to take part in an event she's always been pretty consistent at some years ago.
No, the Robertson sisters, all
Yeah,
3 of them.
Yeah, all 3 of them. Katie's now apparently the middle sister doing a lot of, I think, rowing. She's stopped swimming the last year or so. She had a few problems with injury and that. But big sister, her older sister's back in the water. Younger sister's still giving it everything. 16-year-old at the South Ayrshire Club. And Harrod Evans,
super fast this morning.
yeah,
1:5:99.
really she looked at very good. Nice start from Katie Goodburn though, over in lane 2.
Yeah, getting a bit of a speed merchant.
She's gone out fast and has to go out fast to try and give her a fighting chance against Harrod. Anna Morgan up there as well in 4.
And Ard looking really strong here, coming in really powerful stroke. 30.4 first 50, putting herself in a great position to challenge that morning swim.
Strong starts from Harrod, Anna and Katie. Can they hold it together, especially Anna Morgan and Katie Goodburn? Lily Booker with a wee bit to do, as has Theodora Taylor. Now this one's all done and dusted, isn't it, Jack? Anna Morgan looking good for second.
Anna's doing really well coming through. The challenge up in lane 3. 1:04.5.
Well, what a swim. Yeah, 1:04.50.
Well, I'll tell you, with the European short course going on at the moment as well, that would have been right up there with the best.
Anna Morgan will be the Scottish champion.
1:07.00 for Anna, that's an excellent swim.
Theodora Taylor coming in and taking the 3rd place, just by 400s from Lily Booker. So 2 guys get the opportunity to join the C final, and Swallow Talib, University of Stirling, goes in 1, Lucas Leary, Aquajets Newcastle in 2, 3 Brodie Gordon Gibson, Edinburgh University, 4 is Adam Ritchie, University of Stirling, teammate Lucas Brown in 5, 6 Harry Sharp, Warner Bass Club, 7 Finlay Strachan, Glasgow University, and 8 Liam Dawson, University of Stirling.
Splash and dash, blink and you'll miss it.
Yeah. Well, must be a wee bit background noise yet again.
Yeah, a bit of final night jitters.
Yeah, it's all been very good up until this evening, Jack. But, there is some background noise on the far side, which is good, as you say, that we stand them down, make everybody aware that we need silence.
Reaction on the start, so important in the 50. Electric start there from lane 4. Adam, that was excellent. Really good underwaters there from lane 2. And Lucas, full 15. Again, Lucas, excellent underwaters. Again, the speed of the stroke coming through in the centre lanes with 4 and 5. Again, another
Adam
Lucas
Ritchie,
and
I
Adam
think,
Ritchie.
just gets, well, Lucas Brown, it was tight, 23-25, Lucas Brown, 23-34, Brodie Gordon Gibson, 23-38, Adam Ritchie, nothing in it there.
Full field dropping their times in the morning, great to see. Less margins in the 50 than the other strokes. Again, athletes are quite often very close to their faster times in the morning.
B final, Angelo Gianni Contini, Newcastle swim team. 2 is Luke Shaw, Edinburgh University. 3, Finlay Club, Edinburgh University. 4, Jacob Mills, City of Leicester. 5, Gregor Swinney, City Glasgow. 16, Fern, Aberdeen Dolphins. 7, Kieran Lennox, University of Aberdeen Performance. And 8, Samuel Lawman from Tadcaster.
Yeah, excellent swim from Dean Fern this morning in lane, put himself in lane 6. See Gregor Sweeney again, saw him in the 100 fly.
We did mention the 15 metre mark, it's try and get as far towards that as possible before you surface, maximise the turns, and you don't have to swim too much in a 25 metre pool.
Well, that's it, but some swimmers are actually faster in the sprint events on top of the water, but again we see lots of good underwaters there. Flat line into the first 25, going to be really hard to call here. Absolutely nothing in it there.
Yeah. Let's pick a winner, Jack.
It's going to be really close. I think it's going to be in the touch, potentially lane 4 there. Jacob Mills, if he gets his hand on the wall.
5, 4, and 5, yeah.
Jacob Mills just again came through strongly their final 5-10 metres, stuck his head down, saw the rotation speed going up into the wall. Again, John timed and judged it really well. 3 athletes dipping below that 23 mark.
Dean Fern, 23-13, I think, was what he did. He will be the junior champion.
It was, it's the exact
Well
same
done.
times this morning, but still an excellent swim. Move on to the A final.
So going in lane 8. Just getting them ready to come on. Adam Metcalf from Loughborough. Lane 7 from Edinburgh University, Bruna Kempster. Lane 6 from the University of Stirling, Harry Robinson. In lane 5 from Edinburgh University, Thomas Carswell.
Not long out the water from the 100 fly.
In lane 4, David Cumberledge. In lane 3 from Lancing College's Harry Stacey. In lane 2 from University of Stirling, Charlie Poole. And in lane 1 from City Glasgow, Rory McKinnon.
Good to see David back in the water swimming well. He had an excellent 100 earlier in the week. Friday, I believe it was a really strong swim. Personal best. So it's great to see he's on his lifetime best form. World University Games champion 2019 long course, 21.9. Again, that sub-22 long course is again in a select elite group in the world. So it's again short course for David, less of his strength, but again still extremely quick. 21.7 this morning, lifetime best of 21.5. It'd be great to see him challenging that.
Yeah, he was very good this morning.
Looks great, and again Tom fresh at the 100 fly, bit primed, bit ready. He's had enough to cool down, step up again. Again you'll see Tom maximising the distance off the wall here. David less so, but again David's a real technician on the water. You'll see again just a real masterclass in how to sprint in 50 freestyle.
Charlie Poole in 2 was the one that managed to get into the final from the afternoon heats. That's why we had that swim off earlier on.
So here we go for the fastest time of the week. David
Cumberland's looking good already.
Long rangey athlete, 6'7". David, really long reach, long arms, getting great rate, great turn, did well there. He's going to do well to dip back under the 22 point here.
Cumberland, Stacey and
Does
Carswell. Well, dead heat for second.
Again, small drop again for David. I think he'll be very pleased with that. 21.7, great time. Yeah, great job from Harry Stacey there coming through. That was that, splash and dash.
Yeah. And Rory McKinnon, I believe, will be the Scottish champion. Finishing in 5th from the outside lane.
Yeah, it's nice to see different styles of swimming that 50 there, Tom. More under the waters. And then David, it's more efficient, he comes up, and again, it's just all about being as efficient as possible off the start and around the walls and getting up into swimming, which is more of his strength. And I must say, I was similar. I was more of a swimmer myself as opposed to the starts and walls, but again, if you can maximise those starts and walls, it is preferable. But in the 50 events, it can actually sometimes be optimal to refer to your swimming. It just depends on the style of athlete that you are. And I think that race there was a good example of that.
So we're back to presentations. 200 freestyle. The female. Bronze medalist from Millfield School, Eva Dilly. Silver medalist from City Sheffield, Shannon Stott. Gold medalist and Scottish national champion is Evie Davis from the University of Stirling. Junior champion Catherine Renfrew from Perth City. Specific presentations is male and open 100 metres butterfly.
Please now welcome to the podium the athlete, medalist from the male and open.
They'll make their way over to the podium. One of them has just come out of the water. That's why there's that wee delay. Thomas Carswell, having just swam a 50 freestyle, is having to get his breath back and dash down to the far end. We're just about ready to go with this one.
We'll see Tom back for the 50 free presentation as well.
So, pretty good to swim in such a short time scale.
Yeah, well, again, some athletes it actually works quite well in their favour from a priming perspective quite often, so I think he'll still be very happy with the 22.2. Still a very strong swim for the 50, but again, excellent swim of the 100 fly, 52.0.
So Gregor
Great job
Swinney,
for
the
Gregor.
bronze medalist from City Glasgow. Silver medalist from Chelsea and Westminster is Nick Finch.
Good skills around the walls from Nick, get him in that second place spot.
Scottish Open champion.
I think a convincing win of 52.0 in the end. Good margin between second and third.
Thomas Carswell. Gregor Swinney is a Scottish national champion. And Scottish junior champion from round 96 is Adam Scott. There is also a special trophy, and this is the Alistair Sankey Award for the combined FINA points for 100 and 200 fly. That goes to Callum Rose. Well done to Callum Rose. I think it's now swimming Edinburgh University. He knows this pool inside out from his days at Warner Baths.
Yeah, he had an excellent swim on that 100 fly, closed really well. Did a great job of coming back strongly in that final 25. And that was combined FINA points, I believe, for the 100 and 200 butterfly. And back down to the action end.
Nice bonus for Callum.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Something I don't think he would have expected when he entered the events.
Move on to women's 50 backstroke.
Let's go up and C-final has Kiana Kurtza, Warner Bass Club. 2, Leila Weatherspoon, Heart of Midlothian. 3, Josephine Klein, University of Stirling. 4, Lucy Hitchin, Edinburgh University. Anna Green in 5, Edinburgh University. 6, Gabby Freeman, Morpeth. 7, Catherine Renfrew, Perth City. And 8, Ellis Shields, Edinburgh University. Well, it's all to play for Scottish juniors in this one. Kiana Kurtza 1, Leila Weatherspoon 2, and Catherine Renfrew in 7.
Again, the athletes really taking advantage of the walls. Great start there up in lane 2.
Leila Weatherspoon flying already. The Hart swimmer. Lovely turn there, Jack.
Was indeed, right past the 10-metre mark. Coming back in lane 7 as well, might be contesting for a middle.
Junior title up for grabs here. Catherine Renfrew in 7, but Leila's just held on and doesn't take the junior title. She takes the C final. Catherine Renfrew and Kiana Kurtz, so the 3 juniors, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, huge drop there from Leila. 0.8 of a second from the morning swim. Excellent, most likely my personal best there. Getting really close to that 28 point.
So, swimmers come out and move on to our B final. In 1 we have Katie Rose from Warner Bass Club, 2 Amy Shields, Edinburgh University, 3 Nellie Kinch, University of Stirling, 4 Esmeline Hammerlane from Edinburgh University, 5 Iona Colbert, Edinburgh University, 6 is Holly McGill, University of Stirling, 7 Melissa Mainwaring, swimmer Lothian, 8 Harry Wood, University of Aberdeen Performance. So this is the B final. See, Holly McGill much better over 200 until this extent 100. So we'll see if she can challenge Esmond Hammerline now. Iona Colbert and 2 Edinburgh University goals in 5 and 4.
Yasmin in the middle, I think, for now.
Yeah.
Really high turnover rate there. And her stroke, again, really good underwaters, which you expect to see really far. Oh, very close there for lane 5. That was Iona Colbert getting really close to that 15 marker. Coming in quick into the wall here, she can get the touch, and it is Yasmin holding on. Excellent turn there for Iona. Maybe a bit close on the margin there to be going past the 15 mark. Which in this distance would receive a disqualification, but I think she was fine. She was right on it coming off the turn.
So we move on to the final. Swimmers ready to come on. In lane 8, representing the city of Bristol, is Jessica Lawton. In lane 7, representing Edinburgh University, is Emily Grant. In lane 6, representing University of Stirling, is Florence Tinsley. In lane 5, representing Loughborough Performance Centre, is Isabella Henley. In lane 4, representing Mount Kelly College, Blythe Kinsman. In lane 3, representing the University of Stirling, Caitlin Ebbage. In lane 2, representing Morpeth, is Libby Freeman. And in lane 1, representing Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth, is Emma Scobie. Well, final of the female 50 metres backstroke. I think Emily Grant and Emma Scobie are the 2 Scots in this one. Blythe Kinsman, 28 dead. Kelly Swimmer running up at the Commonwealth Youth Games and second at European Juniors, so she'll be a very strong fancy in this one, the 16-year-old.
Yeah, 16-year-old. Yeah. Blythe in lane 4. One to watch. 2800 this morning, see if you can challenge that. Very quick reaction there from Isabella, 0.51, electric off the start.
A little between lane 7 and 1, but further back, Emma Scobie maximising the wall, but lanes 5 and 4, Liza Kinsman just maybe getting the touch ahead of Isabel.
227 points, excellent swims.
I think Emma Scobie will be the Scottish champion. So Blythe Kinsman, Isabel Henley and Caitlin Hedge.
Well, see another familiar face here in lane 5, Stefan Kravic. Shows the diverse capabilities he has. 200 breaststroke, we saw him in the 50 freestyle, and the 100 butterfly as well, I believe.
Yeah, we've seen Stefan do a variety of events. Interestingly, he wanted to do Conor Mitchell has been slotted in. He's the reserve for this, and he goes in lane 1. Rhonda Bass, 2 Matthew Garrity, City Glasgow, 3 Don Bissett, University of Stirling, 4 Callum Melville, University of Stirling, 5 is Stephen Kravitz, Estonian swim team, 6 Charlie Topman, Edinburgh University, 7 Andrew Bertoli, University of Stirling, and 8 is Jay Manners from Derwentside. So Conor Mitchell would have been the junior champion anyway, but he gets a chance to have another go this evening. 50 and 100 junior champion. Fairly well over on that far side. Interested to see tactics being shown by Stefan Kravitz against Callum Melville, who holds the Scottish and also the British junior record.
200 breaststroke is such a hypoxic event, really tests the lungs, huge amount of time spent underwater. Again, it's that balance of maximising the distance off the walls, but again, getting up and into your swimming. Callum Melville coming through at the moment. Charlie Trotman not far behind. It's actually at lane 7. Andrew Bertoli that's in 3rd. I think he's still hanging on to that. We have Stefan Kravic, lane 5.
It was a bit of a surprise that Callum didn't get into the final this evening. It was a bit further back in the heats, and thought he was 100% at the time. Who knows?
Well, it's difficult to get your pacing right in the morning. Sometimes you're not quite up for it or whatever reason, but he's definitely kicked into gear this evening. Again, there's a strong challenge from lane 6 and 7. Charlie and Andrew Bertoli.
50 to go, and Callum Melville 34-38.
Matthew Garrity up in lane 2, very close to that 3rd place spot. A few tenths behind. Potentially challenge for 3rd.
Facing a little bit over 2:10, 2:11 perhaps. But Callum's has this question of who's going to get second at the moment. Andrew Bertoli.
And it's actually going to be Matthew Garrity that gets 3rd, potentially 2nd as well. He's coming up really strongly here. That was a great final 50 for Matthew.
Callum Melville takes the B final in 2:13.92.
Bit of a sprint finish for Stefan Kravic there as well,
yeah,
actually, but again, too little too late, I think. Tough calendar that Stefan's had there. He's done well to, again, put on a strong performance, but really good there for Callum Melville.
So we move on to the final of the Mayo Open 200 metres breaststroke. Going in lane number 8 from Millfield School is Ellie Woodburn. In lane 7, representing University of Stirling, is Pierce Greening. In lane 6, representing Collegio of Jersey, Philip Novaki. In lane 5, representing University of Stirling, is Rory Dixon. In lane 4, representing University of Stirling, is George Smith. In 3, representing Edinburgh University, Usain Cook. In 2, representing Edinburgh University, is Liam Davis. And in lane 1, from City of Liverpool, Joseph Ashley. That's the Male and Open 200 metres breaststroke final.
Yeah, well, I think a few of them will have seen Callum's performance there and think, yeah, he's throwing down the gauntlet. 2:13.
So this should be a good one. George Smith, Rory Dixon, Usain Cook, the Irishman, going in 3.
Definitely a few athletes here capable of going close to sub 2:10. It's 2:10.7 from George this morning. Usain as well, and Rory I think could get close to that if they're on form. Personal best times in that range. It was a convincing heat swim from George. Put him in the centre lane.
Champion in both the 50 and the 100.
Very level start. George Smith off very nicely in 4.
He's off to a pretty decent start.
Rory Dixon well with him as well.
Rory Dixon's the Scottish champion in both the 50
Elliot
and
Woodburn there,
Woodward
very
in that
strong.
outside lane, going very strongly indeed.
Yeah, really nice long ranging stroke there. Looks comfortable. Touching second, 29.2, just behind George Smith of 2:13, 29.13, apologies.
So the 3 in the middle of the pool, Cook, Smith and Dixon, all tightly bunched, but Elliot Woodburn is there or thereabouts.
Yeah, Woodburn still doing really well there in lane 8 from Mayfield. 18-year-old, long ranging stroke, doing very well. Challenging those middle lanes. Usain Cook coming through.
Still hanging in there. Usain Cook now on the shoulder of George Smith. And a little in it, coming through very strongly now is Philip Novaki to get himself into medal contention. At the moment, George Smith still with some work to do. Usain Cook, Rory Dixon with a wee bit to find. Second or so further back. And Smith just beginning to find his second wind, I think. But Rory Dixon in the final 50 has really got going. And very good turn from Rory Dixon, brings him onto the shoulder of George Smith. And Rory Dixon is going to prevail, I think, in this one. He has timed this one perfectly. Rory Dixon takes that, George Smith second, Usain Cook third. What a cracking swim. Well, you did fancy Rory was capable of getting under 2:10. He's gone under 2:9.
He's done that, hasn't he? Well, I thought
that is a marvellous swim from Rory.
Yeah, those top 3 guys, they were all more than capable of a sub 2:10. Usain just outside 2:10.11, but yeah, really good job there for all 3. But fantastic last 50 for Rory Dixon there. That was an electric final 50, and as you said, timed it to perfection, even right on the finish, full reach. Really fast hands into that wall. That will be a lifetime best of 2:08.94.
Yep.
What a time to do it in the final.
Indeed, and it's just been gradually getting better and better over the last year or so, Rory. So I think we're back to more presentations. We'll go down to the far end for another set of presentations. Ian Wright's doing those presentations. Bronze medalist from Torfin Dolphins, just 14, is Theodora Taylor. Silver medalist from Edinburgh University is Anna Morgan. Gold medalist, Scottish Open champion from University of Stirling, and Harrod Evans.
The Scottish national champion from the Edinburgh University is
Anna Morgan from Edinburgh University is our Scottish national champion. And the junior champion is City Glasgow's Ellie Kennedy. And up in the C final.
Some excellent times,
Really good
excellent
times
swims there.
Yeah.
And Anna Morgan coming through again, big personal best time. So close to that 106. I'm sure she'll get it, but 104.5 is a seriously competitive international time.
And this is the male and open 50 metres freestyle presentation. Presentation, I believe, is being done by Andy Figgins. Joint silver medalists from Lancing College, Harry Stacey, and from Edinburgh University, Thomas Carswell. Gold medalist, Scottish Open champion from Edinburgh University, David Cumberledge. Scottish national champion from City Glasgow is Rory McKinnon. That was a very good swim from him, finishing in 5th. Dean Fern from Aberdeen Dolphins will be the junior champion. More photos, shoots for the web page, which will be no doubt you'll be able to access tomorrow. Thanks to both Ian and Andy doing those presentations for us. So back to the top end of the pool again. It's 200 butterfly. This is the B final. Evie O'Halloran Hutchison from Derwentside in 1. Erin Taylor Finns in 2. Amelia Bloxridge, City of Salford in 3. Faye Rogers, University of Aberdeen Performance in 4. 5 is Stella McCarthy, City Glasgow. 6, Chloe Harris, Edinburgh University. 7, Isabel Fox from Derwentside, and in 8, Becky Watson from the borough of Stockton. Well, 2:20.91. Faye Rogers came through strongly in the heats to get it to the B final.
Becky Watson doing a really good job with the underwaters there in the first 50. Outside lane.
So realistically, any of these swimmers could take this. Some of them swam much slower than their entry times coming into the B final, and some swam a little bit faster.
I mean, 200 fly, arguably one of the hardest events on the calendar. Absolutely unrelenting. It's a power-based stroke, leg-driven. Again, if your stroke falls apart, you're really found wanting, particularly in the last 50 or so, 75 metres. It can become.
It's certainly the one form stroke, the 200 form strokes. Since after COVID, we are struggling to get many swimmers wanting to do this. You have the usual clubs that are want to do it, but an awful lot of clubs are struggle to get as many wanting to do 200.
It's a very difficult event to train and race, so it's challenging both physically and mentally. The actual psychology behind a 200 butterfly can be quite daunting, so I'm not all too surprised to hear that, but it's still good to see some younger
Harris,
athletes.
Edinburgh University at the moment still managing to keep it going. Still McCarty, who in their tour past has been the Scottish National Age Group champion at 200. She's made some headway. She's second. But Amelia Bloxridge, we've seen her earlier. I think she's got into her stride a wee bit early today. In the final 50, she's cruising this one now. Gone well clear.
She's timed this very well. Really coming in a very strong final 50 there.
So she's going to take this by some margin, and an excellent time as well, 2:18.55. Stella McCarty, we're pleased with the swim, 2:21.36. And then Taylor from Finns, cruise on her swim earlier on, 2:22.26. Well, Mila Bloxridge looked pretty good in that one, 35.05 for that last 50. Looking forward to the final. Yeah.
Freestyle, welcome to poolside. The athletes for the final of the female 200.
Lucy Grieve, Ciara Slosson
In lane 8,
up against one another again in this one.
Sarah Keegan.
So in lane 8 we have from University of Aberdeen performance Sarah Keegan. In lane 7 from Stirling Swimming is Coco Coxford. Back again for another swim this evening from City Sheffield. 6 Shannon Stott. In lane 5 from Wickham District, Lucy Fox. In 4 from Edinburgh University, Ciara Slosson. In 3 from University of Stirling is Lucy Grieve. In lane 2 from Morpeth, Seren Talentire. And in lane 1 from Newcastle Swim Team, Niamh Savary. Our apologies, everyone who has been listening to our live stream with the pronunciation of Niamh. We've got it right tonight, so we wish her hopefully a swim under 2:20. Newcastle well represented, as we have been seeing a lot of clubs from the northeast come up here every year and support this, and without them it wouldn't be the same event.
Yeah, well, Scottish short course has become a strong staple on the calendar across Britain. Of course, the European Championships being on at the same time this year has diluted the top end somewhat, but we've still got the depth in the middle of the field. And again tonight, seeing Ciara and Lucy go head to head. Ciara, the 200 specialist, same as Lucy Fox. Lucy Grieve swimming up, more of a 50 and 100 specialist. Broke that Scottish record at Buck short course a few weeks ago, 57.0. So she'll definitely have the speed. Does she have the back end on the 200 that Lucy and Ciara have?
Well, a wee bit like Katie Goodman, the breaststroke 200 going out fast. Trying to use that early speed. That's what Lucy's trying to do. At the moment, Slosson has the slight advantage. Lucy Fox still well there.
Yeah, Ciara, the 200 specialist, has definitely got the experience as well. She'll know what she's doing pacing-wise here. Again, looking good, looking in control. Still well challenged by Lucy Grieve. From lane above.
Fourth in this event last year, Ciara. Third recently at the Buck shot course, and you kind of fancy it halfway, half a second advantage that she should maybe pull away in this next 50. Lucy's sticking with that. That's Lucy Grieve, that is Lucy Fox. Clear at the moment in third from Shannon Stott.
And Lucy Grieve's doing really well.
Lucy Grieve's
excellent
hanging
wall
in
there.
there.
She is indeed. Ciara Slosson's got her work cut out for her here.
So she's going to still have the lead with 50 to go. 1:34.14.
Well, it's third or so of a second. Slightly better turn from Lucy Grieve. Brings her back on the shoulder. Still for some work to do for Ciara. We'll see how the turn goes here. Well, kind of felt Grave just pulling a wee bit out the turn, and she needs to find a wee bit of speed here. Ciara Slosson digging in, and digging in enough to take that. Ciara Slosson.
Really good finish there from Ciara. Really good finish.
Just that little bit of extra power there, Jack.
Yeah, she had the rate in the stroke there into the last 10 metres, and it put her in a good position to time that well perfectly and get her hand over. Took it by half a second in the end. Two strong performances, sub 2:10. Lucy Fox taking third place.
Lucy Grave will be delighted with the time that she did. 2:08.73. Not far behind Ciara. Lucy Fox will take third.
Yeah, Ciara Slosson just outside her entry time, and really good performance, just under entry time, sorry. On to the 100 backstroke, 3 finals.
I think for the majority of the swimmers, improved times from the heats for quite a number of them this morning. So next event is the male under 100 backstroke. It's the C final. Just check they're all there before we run through the 8 taking part. We have in 1, Luke McGee, City Sunderland. 2, Ryan Ferguson, Edinburgh University. 3, Lewis Maxwell, Derwentsside. 4, Fergus Thompson, Mount Kelly College. In 5, Lucas Brown, University of Stirling. 6, Robert Burgess, Edinburgh University. 7, Callum Peebles, East Lothian Swim Team. And 8, Nikolai Cisnet, City of Glasgow. So I think there's been a withdrawal because Nikolai Cisnet, I believe, was first reserve, so he's now in the C final rather. Fergus Thompson, Mount Kelly, I think is also a Scot, so those are contesting the junior title.
I have a 13-year-old in lane 8 in this race, as you say, slotting in.
Start Lewis Maxwell and Fergus Thompson, 3 and 4. Cisnet a wee bit further back on them. Not much in it, 10th of a second. Good turn from Lewis.
Yeah, doing well. Hanging on.
It's
very
two
close.
almost together.
Really good underwaters there for Robert.
Maxwell just getting that slightly better turn. And coming to the final few metres, it's Maxwell, Thompson and Burgess.
Yeah, Robert Burgess did a good job there to come back strong. That final 25.
I think Fergus will be the Scottish champion, junior champion from Mount Kelly. Well done to Fergus. Nice improvement on that earlier heat time. As the swimmers leave the pool, we'll move on to the B final. In lane 1, David Annis from Royal Wolverhampton School. 2, Samuel Lawman from Tadcaster. 3, William Ellis, Borough of Stockton. 4, Jamie Ferguson, University of Aberdeen Performance. 5, Matthew Cairns, Newcastle Swim Team. 6, Charlie Brown, Loughborough University. 7, Andrew Brody, Edinburgh University. And in 8 is Conor Massey, University of Aberdeen Performance. This is the B final of the male and open 100 metres backstroke. They'll get settled and ready to go. Lane 2, Samuel Lawman from Tadcaster, maximising that 15 metres.
Yeah, really quick quick first 25.
Cairns of Newcastle in 5. Charlie
Really good
Brown
turn as well.
Yep.
in 6. Andrew Brody of Edinburgh University in 7. And Connor Massey from University of Aberdeen performance in lane 8.
And Lawman
Great start
from
Samuel
Cairns.
Lawman,
We'll see how far he gets off the wall this time, only a mere 10, 11 metres.
Maybe got slightly stuck in his breakout in that
Yeah.
one, but still really good underwaters overall. Challenged from lane 6, I think Charlie Brown coming through, as is Matthew Cairns.
Matthew Cairns now taking it up, they're all coming back. Matthew Cairns, Charlie Brown, Matthew Cairns, and maybe in lane 3. Oh, Samuel Lawman just held on to take second, but Charlie Brown
27.3
flying at
closing
the
there.
end.
Nearly a second quicker than the majority of the field in that final 50. Really split the race brilliantly there, dipping under the 54. It's a 1.24 difference from this morning's swim. Charlie, very well done. And we move on to the final.
Dimming the lights and going in lane number 8 from Milfield School is Adam Graham. There's Adam. In lane 7 from University of Stirling, Charlie Poole. And 6 from Edinburgh University is Scott Gibson. 5, Bath University, Jack Skerry. 4 from Liverpool University, Elliot Clogg. In 3 from Bath University, Robbie Hemmings. In 2 from Milfield School, Connor Cherrington. And in 1 from Edinburgh University is Jordan McPhail.
Yeah, got some strong experience in lane 4 with Elliot Clogg. Scott Gibson in lane 6, Charlie Poole. Seen more senior athletes in the field. A few up-and-comers of Connor and Adam as well. Jack Skerry, Bath University. And Elliot Clogg, a good 200 backstroker. Scott Gibson, 50 specialist. Went to the Commonwealth Games for Scotland last year. And 50 backstroke. He's been having strong performances in the 100 in recent years. Looked good this morning, 52.4. A few other athletes dipping into that 52. I think Elliot and Jack will have a good race tonight.
So we've got the winner of the 200 in here, Elliot Clogg in lane 4.
So the final, the 100 underway.
We'll see what happens when they clash in the mid-distance.
Scott Gibson off very strongly in 6.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, the speed merchant and 50 specialist. Looking good underwaters, but strong turn there from Jack Skerry. Again, looking very smooth.
Gibson in second.
Elliot Clogg's got some work to do here, relying his back end. 200 pedigree. Really good turn there from Jack Skerry. Scott Gibson put himself in a great position here. Can hang on in this final 25. He's in second place currently. Elliot Clogg closing slightly.
Skerry looking good though. No, this is Skerry's race now.
Is indeed going to be tight for second and third. Still hanging on. It's going to be in the touch for second and third place.
Gibson, I think, got second. He did from Clogg. Jack Skerry, 52.09, takes that.
Very strong performance there from Jack.
Okay.
Very close to that 51 point. Scott Gibson, 53.00. I think he might be slightly disappointed not to dip under, but still a really good swim. And Elliot Clogg, a little bit slower from this morning. Maybe put himself in. Again, it's that balance. You maybe go a wee bit too hard in the morning sometimes. It's a fine margin.
And that one all about maximising the turns with the short course as well, Jack.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. And the two guys that did finish 1 and 2 did that virtually to perfection.
Indeed. Scott Gibson held on well there.
So down to the far end of the pool for further presentations. This one, the 50 metres female backstroke. Vice President Tony Dane, I believe, is doing these presentations now. Tony, a past president of the East District. I think he's still acting secretary of the East District here.
Bronze medalist representing the University of Stirling, Caitlin Ebbage.
And the bronze medalist, University of Stirling's Caitlin Ebbage.
Silver medalist representing Loughborough Performance Centre, Isabella Hindley.
Silver medalist, Loughborough Performance College Centre is Isabella Hindley. And our gold medalist, Scottish Open champion from Mount Kelly, Liz Kinsman.
Scottish national champion representing Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth, Emma Scobie.
Emma Scobie from Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth is our Scottish national champion. Great to see her still swimming at 26 from our local club, still doing that, Jack.
Yeah, it's great to see. Senior athletes mixing in with the juniors. And
Katie Rose, sorry, not Katie Rose, Leila Weatherspoon from Heart of Midlothian is the junior champion.
And please now welcome to the podium the medalist of the
Well done to
200 metres breaststroke.
all these athletes there. Now we move on to the Male and Open 200 metres breaststroke presentation. I don't think any of them swam the other end, so we're all good to go in this one.
Bronze medalist representing Edinburgh University, Usheen Cook.
Bronze medalist from Edinburgh University is Usain Cook.
Silver medalist representing the University of Stirling, George Smith.
Silver medalist, University of Stirling's George Smith. And the gold medalist and Scottish national champion from University of Stirling is Rory Dixon. And they'll be pleased down at North Ayrshire that that's happened.
Scottish junior champion.
Scottish junior champion from Alderbath, Conor Mitchell.
yeah, it was a great race.
Ian also improved his time from the heats this morning, getting into that junior, into that B final. Well done to Conor.
Congratulations to the athletes, many thanks to Tony for doing those.
That's certainly one event we're not short of good breaststrokers.
Yeah, well, again, the history of Scottish breaststroke goes a long way back. So again, it's good to see the mantle being carried on.
To the female 100 metres individual medley.
Back to the far end.
So this is an event we don't often do, but we have it at the short course, the 100 metres individual medley female. C final, Mary Wood, University of Aberdeen performance. 2 Lara Turner, Aquajets Newcastle. 3 Zara Kravitz, East Lothian swim team. 4 Ellie Kennedy, City Glasgow. 5 Emily Maxwell, Derwentside. 6 Marilyn Collier, Repton. 7 Heidi Wren, City Glasgow. 8 Leila Weatherspoon, Heart of Midlothian.
Line up in this 100 metres individual medley.
I don't know if Leila Weatherspoon was actually getting presented with that. I think it was a replacement for Leila at the other end, which should have had to be pretty quick in getting up here.
Absolutely, well, it's a real splash and dash here. 1 length of each stroke.
Heidi Wren in 7, using all her strength on her favourite backstroke section. Expect the back marker Ellie Kennedy in 4 to come through strongly in the breaststroke. Mary Wood over on the far side going well. Leila Weatherspoon in 8, not out of it. This is where it all changes in the breaststroke section potentially. See, even in lane 4, Ellie Kennedy back in the mix. Out the turn, lane 3 though. Zara Kravitz may well have this one from Emily Collier. Zara Kravitz has this one in 3. Emily Maxwell in 5, and in 6, Emily Collier for the minor places. Zara Kravitz 104.88. Impressive
Huge drop
swim
there for
from her.
Zara. Nearly 2 seconds. It's an enormous drop. 1.5, 1.6 seconds there. Brilliant swim. Lots of drops across the field. Yeah, such an interesting event. You really just need to get around each wall. I remember swimming it myself and thinking you could really get away with just really having a huge tempo in each stroke because it was just one length.
Yep.
You almost went from your fly and obviously backstroke and you felt like you were using different muscle groups in your arm away, so you can kind of afford to really up the tempo, have a really high rate. It's a fun event, it's an exciting event. I always felt it was a good one to do. Again, we don't see a lot of it.
Yep.
I think the athletes will really enjoy it. Again, you'll get a mix of 200 medley swimmers. You might have a few sprint specialists that come in. Again, you see the differences in their preferred strokes. Of course, backstrokers and butterfly swimmers will take the lead, and then you'll see breaststrokers storming through in that third length. So again, it can be an exciting race. 100 medley.
So the B final, Josephine Klein, University of Stirling 1, Katie Rose Wonderbass 2, Susie McNair, Stirling Swimming 3, Sophie Davis 4, Milford School, Louise Edmonds, Edinburgh University 5, 6, Holly Marshall, Repton, 7, Rebecca Reid, Aberdeen, 8, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire. Who's got the strong butterfly? Well, quite a few of them. Over on the far side, Josephine Kleinwell there, along with Susie McNair. In 3, backstroke now.
Ailey Robertson doing
Ailey
well
Robertson,
there.
Excellent on butterfly, and
Oh no, she's a strong breaststroker as well.
holding it together. I think Susie McNair, maybe just with a touch from Sophie Davis. This is where it can change dramatically again on the breaststroke section. Sophie Davis coming through to challenge Susie McNair, who's hanging on pretty well. Louise Edmonds now getting to work. So the middle lanes, I think, have the race between them. Out the turn, a slightly better turn from Sophie. And she just edges ahead. Sophie Davis, Susie McNair, Louise Edmonds. I think that's the 1, 2, 3, Jack.
Yeah, impressive finish there for lanes 3 and 4. Susie and Sophie had their heads down from about 10 metres out there. It was excellent stuff, really powering into the wall. Louise Edmonds taking third there.
Ailey Robertson finishing in 5th from the outside lane.
Yeah, really good there
She
for
will
Ailey.
be
Again, big drops.
Susie
drops to
McNair
hit the
will
final.
be the junior champion. She finished in 2nd place. She's also 16. So I just confirm that Susie McNair, Stirling Swim, the junior champion of the 100 metres individual. In lane 8 from Edinburgh University, Drew Mackenzie. In 7, representing Edinburgh University is Anna Morgan. And lane 6, representing Morpeth, is Seren Talentire. In 5, representing Edinburgh University is Katie Goodburn. In lane number 4, Loughborough Performance Centre, Isabella Hindley. In 3, from Mount Kelly College, Holly Widows. In 2, from the University of Stirling, Caitlin Ebbage. And in lane 1, from Morpeth, Libby Freeman.
Well, another great example of the 100 medley. You've got lots of different athletes here. There's breaststrokers, freestylers all coming together. And you've got the 100 metre breaststroke Scottish champion in lane 7, Anna Morgan. And you've got in lane 5, Katie Goodburn, speed specialist, strong all-rounder. Isabella Hindley again, experienced athlete. Likely a favourite for this event, I think. See if Katie can challenge.
Two Morpeth youngsters making the final as well. Seren Talentine, 15-year-old in lane 6. Well, good start from Isabella Hindley. Katie and Holly up with her as well. The backstroke and Isabella Hindley just with the advantage still.
Well, Katie's done a good job there.
Pretty close as we switch over to the breaststroke section. Good turn from both of them. Well, there's
Katie, a very strong
barely half a
breaststroker and
second. Here
freestyler.
comes Katie. She's got to really motor on if she can, and she's opened up nice wee gap here. Can she maintain that out the wall with the momentum? And Katie Goodburn, is she going to get on the podium in number one position at last for the weekend? She does. Well done, Katie, taking that in 1:00.92. Great swim from Isabel Hinley. In second place, 1:01.03. And third place is Anna Morgan, 1:02.71. Unfortunately, disqualification, lane 3 for a technical infraction. So Katie Goodburn will be the Scottish champion in that one.
Yeah, great swim there for Katie, dipping under the 1:01. Yeah, I think she did really well to hold off Isabella there. Excellent swim. It's easy for technical infractions to come up on 100 medley. There's so much involved with the turns, it can be very easy to just slightly misplace, one-handed touch for example, so that's the way it goes. But great race overall. Move on to the 400 freestyle, the final event, or the final individual event.
So this is the B final. It's the last event, individual event of the meet. So in lane number 1, Edward Marcel Whittles from Chelsea and Westminster. 2, Brodie Gordon Gibson, Edinburgh University. 3, Josh Denham, Newcastle Swim Team. 4, Henry Baker, University of Stirling. 5, Isaac Dodds, Collegio Jersey. 6, Jacob Mills, City of Leicester. And 7, Oscar Dodds, Leicester. I think that might be Leicester Penguins. 8, Scott Fleming of South Lanarkshire. Brodie Gordon Gibson in lane 2 got under 4 minutes to get into the B final.
Yeah, I mean, again, we look at the
earlier heats.
well, the spread of events. I always thought 400 freestyles are real interesting because it's not long enough to be a distance, and it's not a sprint event, of course, but it's right on that edge of, you're not in that sort of same comfort zone that an 800 or 1500 would be. So it's a really, really hard event. I knew a good few folk that swam this event, and it was really, really tough. It's one of the most difficult to kind of pace, as well as just challenging yourself, lactic acid build-up. It's 400 freestyle is a very hard event. Again, your legs are going much harder than they would be in the distance. Not quite as much as the 200, but again, there's a fine line. It's kind of a prolonged sprint, if you like, in some ways, that the 200 is. You can just stretch it that bit further, so it's an interesting one.
Yeah,
again, lane 4 doing well.
My youngest daughter, she could very rarely get it right, especially long course.
It's a very long course, especially. Yeah, it's a brutal event.
Yeah, she has her fastest time was done as a 15-year-old and could never improve on it. She had a great time, and then much better over 800 and 1500, and she would love doing the sprints as well, though she was maybe never ever going to win a sprint, but the sprints were fun. The distance was good, but as you say, the 400 is a sort of in between.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one to get right.
Pace.
Yeah, well, I mean, we look at lane 4 right now with Henry Baker. He's, again, it's by no means a relaxed leg kick, but he's definitely going to his legs more, as are the other athletes. Again, approaching the halfway mark, putting himself in a great position. It's very tight for second and third, kind of in a line across the board, with the exception of lane 7.
400, do you go out fast and try and hold it, or do you go out like most of the other guys and build?
Well, the top 400 swimmers quite often will hold a rate, and they'll hold their pace throughout. You'll see that negative split or close to, with maybe a bit of a sprint finish on the final 50. It's likely what we'll see here for most of these athletes. Again, to hold that sub-minute pace per hundreds to get under the 4 minutes, which a lot of them have and will do in this race. Henry Baker's doing very well, holding sub 30 points.
You can see that camera angle, how far he is ahead.
Powerful 4-beat kick. Again, maximising the third and fourth kicks respectively. A couple off the wall, again, getting good distance there. Efficient round the walls. Takes up in lane 1, challenging for second potentially now. Edward, and then also in lane 6, Jacob Mills.
only 100 to go, and the advantage quite significant. It's 3 seconds. So unless Baker really dies, and the rest of the guys have got their pacing spot on.
Really good turn there for Henry. He makes really good distance off the walls with very little kicks. Extremely efficient. And Jacob Mills making a bit of a move now. Again, I think we'll see some of the athletes really going to their legs in this final 50. Up in the top lane there in Edward, lane 1, still doing well. 3rd place, challenge Jacob.
30-20, whereas Dodd's 30-15. Still looks pretty comfortable.
And Isaac Dodd coming through. It's going to be really close for 2nd and 3rd. 3 of them to challenge for those 2 places.
Just hanging on over that far side to try and finish in the first 3.
It's going to be Edward for 2nd, and who's going to take 3rd?
On the far side, I think Gis gets 2nd.
Oh, and Isaac's done it. Great finish there from Isaac.
Yeah.
3:55. Marginally quicker there for Henry. And as again, everyone's taking good drops off their morning swims.
Well, coming into the B final, he was roughly 3 seconds faster than the rest of the field, and that's how it turned out.
Was indeed. Carried that through. The final event.
So this our final individual event of the meet. In lane 8, representing Perth City, is Finn Drysdale. And lane 7 from University of Stirling is Jack Munsey. Lane 6 representing Bath University, Kieran Bird. In lane 5 representing Edinburgh University is Luke Hornsey. Lane 4 representing Millfield is Alexander Sargent. In lane 3 representing Edinburgh University is Arthur Logan. In lane 2 representing University of Aberdeen Performance is Cavan Travis. And in lane 1 representing Edinburgh University, Jude Lilliard. This is the final of the men's and open 400 metres freestyle.
Yeah, well, Alexander did really well this morning in 3:50. Peak qualification, really strong swim. As did Luke Hornsey in a 3:51. Edinburgh University, a 17-year-old, and Kieran Bird's definitely one to watch. He's got really strong pedigree across the 400 and 800 long course GB representation. On form, he's definitely a danger. See what he's got this evening. I think there could be some strong challenges across the board here. Jack Munsey in lane 7 as well. Again, another Edinburgh athlete in lane 3. Arthur Logan. I think it's going to be a very exciting race overall. Plenty can happen on a 400 metre short course. Lots of walls, different pacing strategies. Fast start there from Kieran.
That's the makings of a really fascinating race.
Does indeed.
Kieran Bird, 2 and 800 metres winner. He's in lane 6 and he's off to a strong start already, Jack.
Yeah, well, he's the 800 British record holder, long course, so it's unsurprising that he has the capacity and capability to give the 400 a real go. Again, probably more of a sprint event for Kieran's background, the 400 short course. He's going out really hard already, this first 100. It's really powerful first 4 lengths. It's really sending a message to the rest of the field here.
British record in Friday, so 800, so going really strongly already.
Yeah, did what he needed to do this morning.
Second and a half clear of whole raft of swimmers who are all very much together. Jack Munsey, Luke Hornsey, Sargent, Logan, Lillard over the far side, not out of it either. At the moment, Kieran Bird very strongly indeed.
Luke Hornsey doing well, maybe edging up into second place. Not quite just in third. It's Jack Munsey that's keeping that second slot. 28s across the board for the most part. Kieran Bird 28.2, Jack Munsey 28.4, Luke Hornsey 28.6. So Kieran settled in now into stroke a little bit. Let's have the rest of the field. And Kieran looking across to his left, you'll be able to see the two middle lanes of Luke and Alexander, who'll be well aware of the position of the rest of the field. And again, looking to his left again, you'll be able to see Jack Munsey. Again, the awareness of the athletes across the pool will be a factor in everyone's race. Of course, we try and stick to our own races, but being aware of the competition is, of course, very important, especially in the 400 event. It's Alexander potentially slotting into second now, making a bit of a move. Closing slightly on Kieran Bird, the rest of the field. It's 29.5.
Yeah,
It's 28.6 and 28.7 respectively for some of the others. So
just beginning to make a bit of a move, as is Hornsey.
Kieran go out a bit too hard potentially in that first 100, we'll see. This could be a tactic, he might close again in the final 100, but the fielder's really closed on him now. Again, you've got Luke Hornsey looking really comfortable, long stroke, smooth. Jack Munsey, again higher rate, higher tempo, but still in the field. But I think it's going to be coming to Alexander looking Kieran.
Sargent and Hornsey are beginning to pick up here.
But Arthur Logan still, again, Edinburgh University Summers hanging on. He's on the right on the edge of that lane line, hanging on to the feet of Alexander.
But with some work to do, with about 60 or so to go.
It's going to be really close.
He's in the mix here. Still looks very capable of getting this one.
It's going to be really close in this final 50.
And Bird's picked it up again at 29. It's Bird, he's maybe just saved a wee bit.
Yeah, he's really gone to his legs in this final 50.
And Kieran Bird has actually responded. He's got all answers down the final stretch. Kieran Bird's going to take this. Luke Hornsey coming through strongly to challenge for second. Bird takes it. Hornsey, I think, just touched out for third. Sargent hanging on, just holds on second. And Luke Hornsey in third. What a great race to conclude.
There was indeed. And Luke Hornsey, 17-year-old, and a 3:47 from Edinburgh. That was an excellent swim. Huge drop on his personal best. His 3:51 this morning for Luke was a PB, and he's broke it again. A 3:47, very close there to Alexander. Alexander again an excellent swim, and Kieran Bird, the experience coming through, clearly knew what he was doing. Sort of that first 100, very, very hard, put himself out there, and then the final 50, let everyone close. It was an interesting tactic overall, but clearly worked for him. Knew what he was doing. Yeah, it was an excellent final race.
Yeah, it was almost as though he relaxed that penultimate 100 or so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Decided, right, let's just get myself relaxed for the final
Well, it's an interesting way to do it. You put yourself out there in that first 100, let the field close, and then push on again. It's
So back to the other end of the pool for some more presentations. It's the female 200 metres butterfly. So I believe that's it as far as the swimming is concerned. It's just presentations, Jack, that we've got.
That's it.
Those of you who are with us Friday and Saturday, we concluded with some medleys and I think some with freestyle, and it might have been medley relays, so that was a bit of fun to finish the proceedings both nights. We're done and dusted as far as the serious stuff's concerned. It's just presentations to finish off. We might be a wee bit longer in getting an update perhaps on Top Club. The bronze medalist for that 200 butterfly, Lucy Fox from Wickham District. Silver medalist from University of Stirling is Lucy Grieve. And the Scottish Open champion from Edinburgh University, Ciara Slauson.
Yeah, it was a great race between Lucy and Kira.
Scottish national champion from University of Stirling is Lucy Grieve. Helen Murray, past president of SASA, doing those presentations. Our junior champion from Stirling Swimming, Coco Croxford. That was a good swim from her, taking 5th to 15.51, Coco. Well done to those. Now it's on to the presentation for the men's and open 100 metres backstroke. Bronze medalist from Loughborough University, Elliot Clogg. The silver medalist from Edinburgh University is Scott Gibson. Really good swim to take that for gold medalist. Scottish Open champion from Bath University is Jack Skerry. Scottish national champion from Edinburgh University is Scott Gibson. The Scottish junior champion from Mount Kelly College is Fergus Thompson. Assuming, Jack, that since the swimming's all done, we present 4 instead of just 2.
Yep.
That one, next one
Less relays at this year's events, I think. Less relays compared to previous championships.
Yeah.
Normally would be finishing on a 4x100 medley in previous years.
So this is the presentation for the female 100 metres individual medley. Bronze medalist from Edinburgh University. She's quite chuffed to get that from one of the outside lanes, Anna Morgan.
She will indeed. Well, that's an excellent under breaststroke as well.
Our silver medalist from Loughborough Performance Centre, Isabella Hindley.
Gold medalist and Scottish national champion representing Edinburgh University, Katie Goodburn.
Finally for Katie, it's Edinburgh University gold medal for Katie Goodburn.
Junior champion representing Stirling Swimming, Susie McNair.
And Susie McNair will be the junior champion from Stirling Swimming. Eddie Mill, another SASA president, I think, doing those presentations. That's
Fun freestyle.
one more to go.
And now please welcome to the podium the medalists for the male and open 400 metres
This is
freestyle.
the male and open 400 metres freestyle. Maybe not realising they've got to get themselves down for the presentation. I think it's
Well, likely a
just
few of
making
them.
their way down.
Yeah, likely a few of them in the warm down pool potentially.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can get themselves down. Might a couple minutes delay. We'll see. I've got one of them so far, I think.
Yeah, looks that way. Just check. Looks like they're there. Just the one didn't realise they had to get down and get that presentation so quickly.
Bronze medalist representing Edinburgh University, Luke Fontaine.
medalist is Luke Hornsey from Edinburgh University. In the wrong position. Silver medalist Alexander Sargent, Millfield School. Gold medalist, Scottish Open champion from Bath University is Kieran Bird.
And the Scottish national champion arriving just in time for the gold medal, and of course also the bronze medalist from Medley University, Luke Hornsey.
Bronze medalist and also Scottish national champion. I think the junior champion, I don't know if that's Zach Slater.
Champion representing East Lothian swim team, Zach Slater.
It is indeed Zach Slater from East Lothian swim team from the heats earlier today. He's the junior champion. Maybe just missing out on that bronze medal since Luke wasn't up in time. But that's our last presentations for all the events. Don't know if there is one further presentation to come for Top Club, or whether that will just be presented at the very end.
We now have a number of special
Wait for
presentations, and these will
moment.
be presented by the President of the Scottish Amateur Swim Association, Fiona Crawford, assisted by the Vice President, Tony Dane.
Always seems to be a few extras that we have on the final day.
So we'll start with the Citrus Trophies. This is for the best junior performances, male and open and female, based on FINA points. The top junior performance for his swim in the male and open 200 metres breaststroke, time of 2:10:34, 7:83 FINA points for Colleague Jersey, Philippe Novaki.
So the presentation, Philip Novaki on 783 points at 200 metres breaststroke. I don't know if Philip is there to get that. And it's a Citrus Trophy for male and open, and female Mila Bloxridge for the 800 metres freestyle, 865 FINA points.
Based on FINA points, and in the male and open category, the top performer for his Great Britain record time of 7:36.26 in the 800 freestyle, 917 World Aquatics points from Bath University, Kieran Burns.
Bath University's Kieran Bird is awarded the top prize. This is the Aberdeen 200 for his 800 freestyle, which was that British record 7:36.26, 917 FINA points.
903 World Aquatic points from the University of Stirling, and Harriet Evans.
And Harrod Evans for the 100 breaststroke, 105.50 that she did this evening. She gets the Aberdeen 200 for top female performance. So there's been quite a few extra ones there, Jack, that I've just announced, that I've just getting past being announced to the gallery.
Yeah, top FINA points for men and women respectively. Some great performances there. Kieran Bird in the 800 free, and Arg in the 100 breaststroke, 104.5. Again, both in the 900s. You know, it's excellent, excellent swims.
From Loughborough Performance Centre, the top overall performer is Isabella Hindley.
And prize for Paisley Award overall for all swims. Isabel Hindley, of her performance, total of 74 points, so she gets the
So I think it's
prize for most points for the swims over the 3-day period.
I think that was Kieran Bird and the junior athlete receiving their prizes there for the overall junior performance.
There might be
and
one or two
overall
others still to come through.
male senior.
They have to work pretty fast downstairs to accumulate everything so that we get these presented.
To the overall team scores.
So I think it's
In
top
10th place with
top club after
52
that.
points, South Lanarkshire Swimming. In 9th place with 58 points, Geary. In 8th place with 63 points, East Lothian Swim Team. In 7th place, 67 points, Stirling Swimming. In 6th place, 89 points, Perth City. In 5th place, 94.5 points, Edinburgh Club. In 4th place, with 157.5 points, University of Aberdeen Performance. Now to the top 3. In 3rd,
So just waiting to see if we can get top 1, 2 and 3 for top club.
Edinburgh University. But the top team.
Top team, I think we can give you the top team.
1,229.5 points. The University of
The University of Stirling, we just heard, is the top club. They take that. Edinburgh University in second. Not sure. The third, City of Glasgow. Yeah, the City of Glasgow in third place. Edinburgh University in second, and the University of Stirling are our top club for the meet. So well done to everyone from University of Stirling. We've had some great swimming, Jack. Thanks very much for joining us this evening.
My pleasure. It was an excellent evening of performances. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Saw some great swims, personal best times, a few records. Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Good fun, and thanks everyone for joining us over the 3 days. So from Jack Thorpe, myself, Robert Taylor, thank you very much for joining us at the Royal Commonwealth Pool in Edinburgh. I just wish you a lovely Christmas and best wishes for the new year, and no doubt you'll be joining us sometime in 2024 for another Scottish event.